Hey Abel, I see you. Yeah, maybe we can join, for the rest to join us. Hey guys, thank you for joining us today. So, today I have a very special guest, and she's my good friend, Abel. She is an international presenter, a coach, a speaker, yeah, a very established MC. So, it's my great honor for her to join us today. And yeah, I see your join request. Yep. So Abel is going to share with us, like how to improve our communication skills. Yep. Hey Abel. Hey Abel. Hi,
Hey,
how are you doing?
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Like how's life in Thailand? Yeah, guys, Abel is from Thailand, Like maybe you can say, hi to everyone in Thai. Hi, Senior. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Today I have a special friend. Yeah, Sawanika, Sawanika. Right, like I think it's Sawanika. Yeah, yeah. Very honored to have, international speaker, presenter, and coach Abel to join us today. And today we are going to focus on the topic brave heart speaking from authenticity. And it's a very interesting topic. So, feel free to share the link with your friends and, invite them to join us today. Yeah, I see John. I see a lot of friends, Hi, guys. Feel free to engage with us. I'll try to, we will try to reply the comment as much as we could, and I mean, like, I need to inform you, like, Abel, maybe like once in a while I see friends like joining in, and then I'll interrupt a bit. Then you're like,
Sure.
because they need to know what are we talking about. Some of them, they just join halfway, then they have no idea what we are talking about, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So please share the link with all your friends, guys. Yeah, like some of them who wants to learn about how to improve their communication skills, and Abel is the right person who you can reach out to, who can help you to brush up your communication skills, in which I really wish, like soon, I can learn more about communication skills, how to improve my presentation on stage with Abel. Yeah, like we met each other 2 years ago, right, Abel? Is it like 2 years ago? I think,
I know
right?
it's
I
like a
think,
long time ago already.
yeah,
So
I
fast.
mean, wow. Like time just flies, right?
Really, really quickly. But I feel like
Yeah,
we connected still, we're still connected. We still see each other online. We did this a few
yeah,
times. So I still
yeah.
feel like, hey, I saw Frost a few times, it doesn't feel that far away, that long ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Feel free to engage with us. Hello, Ismail. Yeah, can you see? Yeah, hello, Jeremy. Yeah, hello, Crystal. Yeah, I see a lot of friends. Yeah, I think yeah, some is your friends, some is your my friend, but welcome. We welcome everyone here today. Yeah, and today we have a very interesting topic. Yeah, and we're going to talk about what do you mean by having a brave heart, speaking from authenticity. And when you throw that title to me, I mean like, whoa, yeah, that's something I'm looking for right now. I think at this stage, so much going on, like changes going on. And I like how we are so connected to one another, like spiritually, right?
Yeah, I'm a deep talker, Frost is like, oh, wow, you're too deep.
Right, right, right,
Okay,
right. April is a big
thank you.
talker. Yeah, because I think you have experienced a lot in life, like you have not like you're an international speaker, you meet people from all walks of life. So like the content, the way you talk, the content itself is rich. You meet people from so many different countries. Yeah, you did like hosting for so many big stages. Yeah, like the one like we met, like yeah, for the well, what is the well, what is it? What is it again? Like, what's the event we met?
What's Reindeer? Global Award?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Zohar Garnier. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a big event, you know, like you're always on the stage, always the center of it, you know, like attention, you know, how is it, how to cope
Maybe
up with that, you know,
not all the time.
audience, you know, like will be very interested how it's like as a MC, you know, full-time MC, like a speaker, always on a big stage, you know, not, and you are also a TEDx speaker, right? Yeah, so
Sometimes.
I mean, but
You're
still, you made it to the stage. You made it to the stage. Yeah, I mean, that's a milestone, right? That's a milestone, right? And maybe Abel, now you know it's the time you should introduce yourself with us. Yeah, so yeah, maybe you can tell us a little more about you, like or something that I didn't manage to mention, or you know, I didn't know about, you know, like more about your achievement with us.
Okay. Well, sawadika. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
joining us. And
yeah,
originally, I'm from Hong Kong, and I grew up in the U.S., but I live in Thailand now. So I feel like
yeah,
I'm
yeah. That's a very cool background. Yeah, that's a very interesting background. When you told me that, I was like, okay, Hong Kong, then US, then Thailand. Then I feel like I need to take time to okay. People travel around, you know, like so the exposure, the experience is wow. It's a story itself, right? The people you met, yeah, the things that you have been through, you know, like experiencing different culture. Wow. Yeah.
I have to adapt a lot. I think one of my key traits is that like when you move
Mm-hmm.
to different countries, you have to adapt yourself to that new culture. So in a way, you kind of have to be like a chameleon, but you have to still stay true to yourself. And it took me quite a while to
Mm-hmm.
really learn who I am. Even though I always feel that I'm authentic in every stage of my life because I never pretend to be somebody else. But when you're younger and you're just a child, when people tell you, oh, like, you know, you are too much of this, you are too much of that, you are, and then you pick up and then you start to like think, oh, maybe I am like that because they say that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so
Exactly. I know.
that's why it's hard, right, to be authentic because like when you're a kid, I mean, when I say a kid, I mean even 20 something and even 30 something. Sometimes I still feel like even though I'm very mature, you still don't know who you are, like you know, solidly yet.
Exactly.
And
I
yeah,
totally
so
can be. I totally
yeah,
can relate. You know, you experience different culture. Oh yeah, by the way, I see a lot of newcomers. You know, like please stay with us. You know, Abel is going to share with us. You know, like some really useful communication skills where we can actually practice it in daily lives. You know, like Abel is a very like a high achiever, like a well-established host. Yep. Yep. So stay with us and share this link with all of your friends who want to learn more about like are you still with me, Abel? I think the connection is not stable, right? Can you guys see Abel, or is it my connection is weak? That's the thing with. I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, please, you know, like, please stay in the line. Yeah, please stay in the line. You know, the connection, you know, sometimes is not stable, and that's really out of, you know, because we are in different country right now. Able is now in Thailand. Yeah, so when we are in different areas, so you know, things like that can happen. Yeah, hey guys. Yeah, thank you for joining us. So today the sharing topic is Braveheart speaking from authenticity, where Abel and me we are going to discuss more about it. Yeah, so let's stay. You know, like wait till Abel is back with us. Hey, babe, welcome back. Yeah, I'm sorry.
okay,
I mean, like you know, like connection problem will just happen like that because we are in different country, right? Yeah, sometimes it
yeah.
just happen. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, stay with us, you know, stay with us. Yeah. So now
I'm
like
happy.
sorry?
Everything good? Everything is
Yeah,
good?
everything's good. Now it's good. Yep. Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, I have a questions for you. Like, are you a people pleaser?
I used to be, and I
Right.
still am. have to be honest. I still am to a point. But I don't allow people to push me like they used to. Before, I used to call myself the yes girl. It wasn't something that I wanted to be. It was what I found was the easiest way to get around, you know, for me to like blend in, to be accepted, to be liked, because my background of being an immigrant, like I really wanted to be a part of a group and to be liked. And that was like something
I totally can relate. Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Like
but
I think this just happened. Like a lot of us, like I think it's good that you used to be. Now, you are more comfortable to say no, right? You're more comfortable to say no, like no longer that yes girl. Yeah, I totally can relate, and I think I'm still in that stage. Sometimes I try to remind myself, it's really important to say no. You need not to please everyone. It's not your responsibility to please everyone. But I believe like many of us, we keep repeating it, because you want to blend in, you want to fit in the crowd. But that that is not really healthy. That is not healthy, right?
so, I mean, then you cannot live your life. I mean, you have a reason why you're born, so is everybody else. And my reason to be born is not to please you. And I know I'm being very, very blunt about this, but, I tell people very, very close to me now, it's like, I'm born for a reason. I have my own path. I'm not here for you. You have to be able to balance that with me.
Right.
Like, it has to be balanced, right? Like, I think everything is a balance, like good and bad. Like, I cannot always be unhappy and I cannot always be happy. So I have to try to find the balance, and having a relationship is the same. Working with people is the same. Sometimes you stay quiet and then sometimes you have to speak up. It's that fine balance. Sometimes it's really hard, but when you have experience, you will learn about like, okay, what are you willing to accept? And then what are you willing to, like, what are you not willing to accept from other people? And then people will know where they stand, next to you.
Exactly. I totally agree. It's really important to find that balance, and also most importantly to have a good relationship with yourself first. And like you will it's very hard to like to strike that balance, right? Yeah, like, hey Andrew, like I see a lot of newcomers joining us. Yeah, welcome to join us. And today I have a special guest, very honored to have Abel. And she's now based in Thailand. She has a very interesting background, born in Hong Kong, raised in US, and married to Thailand. And like she's an international speaker, a coach, like very established MC, yep, like been through a lot of like big stages, like today, we are very honored to have her, like joining us, and she's going to share a lot about, how we can improve our communications. But I mean, back to the topic today, we are going to focus on, like the title, the theme, like brave heart, speaking from authenticity. Like, tell me about it, like, Abel. Yeah, what do you mean by speaking from authenticity? Yeah, what is mean by having a brave heart? Like how to be always truthful to yourself. Yeah.
Thank you so much once again for giving me this opportunity. I thought about that title or the topic, brave heart, because before, like let's say before, it's about 3 years ago, I care too much about what people think of me. I care too much about being
Hi,
liked.
Maureen. Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Part of something, I wanted to be liked. That's the main thing. I wanted to be accepted. And when you are not in touch with yourself, when you don't know where you stand on any situation or topic, it's hard for you to say, you know what, I stand firmly in my own truth. My truth may not necessarily be somebody else's truth because we are learning at different stages in life. We have different environments that we're born in, different religious backgrounds, economic backgrounds. So I cannot say that, you know, I am learning the same thing as another person, because like my focus right now is spiritual growth. That is like my real main focus at this stage in my life. And to be brave is to speak your truth and to know where you're coming from. So I refuse, for example, to be labeled, to be stereotyped. I dislike, I cannot say hate, I dislike people who are racist, and I will speak up about that. But speaking up doesn't mean I want to fight them, okay? It means that if there is somebody else that is being picked on or somebody else that is being hurt, I will be brave and I will be courageous and I will protect them. I will speak for them. And to have a brave heart in this particular topic, I'm not necessarily talking about anybody else. I'm talking about ourselves and knowing where we stand, you know, where we stand in any topic. So let me try to give you an example. I will try not to get too deep. But like I said, I used to always want to be liked. So I would say yes to many people. And then at the end, it's like 2015, I got sick, like really sick. And I start to always have like, I always stay in a bad mood, you know, and I would have arguments with my husband. I would yell at my kids and things like that. And I find that because I was trying to please other people, I never pleased myself. I wasn't authentic to myself and I wasn't compassionate to myself. And to be authentic is to know your feelings, know where you stand. So you actually need to be aware of your own feelings, whether your thinking is in line with what your heart wants. You know, because the mind and the heart
that's very deep. Like, that is very deep. Yeah. Yeah. This takes some conscious work, you know, like to work, you know, like being conscious, right? Like it takes a lot of inner work. I can relate on this because it takes time and it's a long process to find peace within yourself, to accept what it is, you know, like to really speak from like a very, like just a pure intention, right? Just speak from your mind, your heart, and they are all aligned. Right? It's not that, okay, I say I'm going to do this, but actually my mind, I don't feel for it. My heart, I don't feel for it. But I have to do it because it's good, you know? Maybe good for others, but maybe somehow we don't agree. I can totally relate because I put myself in many times like that as well. Like, for example, like people see like, okay, you cannot just the stereotype, the labeling, and you know, like it's so interesting or like funny how like sometimes we think that people are judgmental or like they give us so many labeling or stereotype. Then I happen to find that I become the person who gives stereotype or you know like somehow without being aware like being judgmental. You know, like you become the person that you don't want to be, right? But because that's not the initial intention. Like you realize that that is not right. Like why I have to, you know, like being pushed around by people, what they think about me, you know, like, and then in the end, like I'm the one going into the trap and sending out the same aura that I don't like it. You know what I mean? It is so.
Exactly. You don't want to be that ball that people kick around, right? You want to be strong, like I always say, you want to be strong like a tree. Of course, the wind will blow, the storm will come sometimes, and then the sun will come. But if you can stay in your truth, if you know where you stand, and that only comes really from experience. You know, it's something that you learn along the way when, as you get older, you see more people, you see more situations, and you know that there will always be something that will go wrong in life. Always. You know, you could be very positive. You could be very positive, and then there'll be somebody around who is just having a shittiest day, and you can be affected by that energy too, you know. But like I said, it's really hard. Like you say, it's really hard to work on ourselves instead of like blaming other people, which for me is what I have always done in the past. It's like, it's so much easier to blame, oh, he made me say this or he did this to me, so I feel bad. But at the end of the day, you never grow if you blame, and you do not have inner peace if you blame. And it is much harder to take responsibility and say, oh, hey, Abel, you're judging yourself now. You're labeling yourself now. You are labeling yourself as, I'm unable to do that, or I'm incapable, or, like, how can you be a coach when you are not? But we are all, I say, we are all learning, ing. Like, we're always, ing. Nobody is like, nobody ever is, boom, I'm successful now. I'm fearless now. Like, I have a full armor. You can't hurt me. Like, nobody is like that, just like that. Everything takes time. And even if you are, people want to see the inner you. People want to see you when you don't have your armor, when you are like very open and humble about your successes. And I am, like I said, I am learning. I'm learning to work on myself while I am coaching other people, while I can help other people to communicate with themselves better, because that is the process that I went through and that I'm still growing through. I'm still learning right now how to communicate with myself all the time.
Right. I think it's a continuous, like a work, working on ourselves, like find the balance, to be really, like heart and your mind, like in alignment, like speak from what you think is right for you, and maybe it's not right for other people, and that's totally fine, right? I earlier, I don't know, friend, until I'm talking about it. It's okay. Like, I love you. I respect what you say, but I need not to agree with you. Like, but I'm speaking from what I think is right. From my heart, from my mind. But if you're not finding it, and that's totally fine. But I mean, often we fall into the trap, like wanting to please other people. I think that is really a waste of time, I would say, because in the end, if you are not happy, then what else, right? We are all looking for the happiness to like feel us, like to fill us up, right? Like, if not, then it's just meaningless. And always, I forgot where I saw this quote. Always be the one who decide the energy in the room. Like, like when people when they are not balanced, somehow we are not strong enough, then it's like they pass the ball to us, and then we just catch it, and we just feel it's not right. But like you don't know what to do about it. Like, so maybe guys, like, we can just take back the power. I listened to a podcast, and it's all about taking back your power. Like working on yourself. Like prove it to yourself. That's how you take it, your power, and continuously working on yourself. Yeah, be the one who decide the energy in the room, and be strong enough, not to be the ball, like pushing around by other people, and like just stay calm. Like, find beauty in stillness. That's something I watched another video the other day. Yeah, and yeah, it's talking about stillness, like being calm and find back your power. We all have that power within us. You need to like it's the inner work. We need to give time and like to embrace it, right?
Right. And if I can add to what you just said, most people want to be listened to. Most people want you to care about them. Just like we are talking about how we want connection, we want care, we want to be a part of the group. So what I find is that when I'm in a room and when I'm in an organization or in a meeting, I usually am the one who always stay quiet first. I stay quiet and I listen, even though I am very much part of the meeting. I'm sitting at the table. I'm not sitting anywhere outside the table. I'm sitting at the table, and I am very present there. But when people are talking, I really listen, and I compromise with them, and that's how I can stay in a relationship with my husband for almost 23 years. I'm very proud of that. We have a lot of problems, ups and downs, but it's about compromise. It's not like I win all the time. It's not about winning and losing, but sometimes our minds always label things. It's like, oh, I'm winning this conversation, or he lost the conversation. I think that's just, these are just words that it's easier for our mind to understand, winning, losing, but it's about compromise. And what I find is like communication tip number one is not talking. It's really listening. If you are a really good listener and you understand what the other person wants, they would trust you. And when they trust you, there isn't really much resistance from them. They know that you're there and you're part of their team, or they are part of your team, and then you work together. Because at the end of the day, why did you come together to meet? So that you can work together in a meeting in a successful way. And I don't put any ego into the event that I'm hosting, because when you have ego, and I work with a lot of egotistical people in the past, and I have to just stay quiet when I'm with them, because they are too much about themselves, and it's not about the whole picture. And when I'm there for my job, everybody has done so much work, like the behind the scenes, light, the sound, the event organizers, the producers, other acts, other talents, like everybody is coming together. And as a host, you are supposed to bring everything into one beautiful, like a beautiful cake, let me say that way. And I'm just like the candle on top of the cake, but I have nothing to stand on if all of these people did not build the foundation for me, right? And I'm not the star. I'm not the star of the event. I just make the event flow. And so how do I have to make sure I really understand what everybody wants in this event before I can deliver, because I'm speaking for the clients. I'm speaking for the event organizers. I am their representative on the stage. So it's the balance of like, how do I give my creative self in this part of the process, but I'm still delivering somebody else's message, but in my way. So it's like an actor and actress, putting that life into the script, because you're not told how. You're just told to perform. They do not tell you how to perform. You just have to perform, right? And you have to perform in a way that is like in the moment, is true, but you still understand what everybody else wants. And listening is like my first tip for everybody who wants to improve on the communication. And not just pretend to listen, really listen. Really listen and understand deep down what the other side wants. And that's giving. That is giving. You are giving. But when you give, you receive also. And that's, I always receive when I give, because people just open themselves up to me. They open their heart and they start to trust me. And I have more freedom to do what I like. I have more freedom to say what I want to say. And that comes only from trust. After you gain trust from each other, they know where you stand. So you have to know where you stand also, what you can do to contribute within an organization, within an event, within a show, within a production that you're doing. You have to know where you stand.
Cool. Yeah, I like the point where you say you're talking like the first step to, communication is to listen. Am I right? To listen. Right. Yeah. And to pay attention to the words. And it's like the words in between the line, to really connect with people, not just to talk. Because I love this. Like, I love this sharing, Abel. Like, this is so deep. Like, it's very different when you listen and and the empathy and what you talk about. Like, when you give, you receive, and maybe that's not the maybe the expectation, but it's just the act of giving, right? It's about the act of giving, yeah, and you're giving the time, you're giving the attention. Yeah, I think that means a lot. You know, like earlier, like I say, like I met up my friend, my good friend, my best friend, and we were talking about this. Like sometimes I meet friends and I feel like we are not connecting. Like we're sharing the same space, that like my mind is somewhere else. You know, like I'm somewhere else. And when I tell you this, and maybe like not connecting, what we're talking about, like to have a fruitful, um, like communication, like a conversation, like really about deep connection is through listening, right? And that's how you build the bonds with other people, and how you can feel like form the trust with other people. Like I also really love like what you share about, like you see like Emcee, like the actor, the actress, like they are the one who have all the attention, but it's everyone in the team, you know, like everyone, every role is important. So like that's how all of us can like paint a big picture together, right? Because it's not really not about okay, like it's not that, like, without you we can't do it. But I mean, sometimes it's true because you can't be the one who do it all. Everyone, it's where we have a whole team, a strong team. Everyone play their part and together, right? And that create a more meaningful result. And that I need to learn a lot about that. Like listen and talk and communicate. Like empathy. Sometimes you feel like I just want to get this done, but I don't have emotion in this. Where I think I will start like losing the meaning of everything. Because like when you don't feel for it, like feel back to the topic, speak from authenticity, and also do things like be you, right? Like who you are exactly. Like I was talking with my friend. Like I feel like maybe the one who I portray and the one who I am, they are two different people. The other day, I watched a video, Jay Shetty, like the guy, the guy who like become a monk for 2 years, and then now he is like doing a podcast and sharing a lot of things about life, something like that. Yeah. So it's interesting. It's really interesting how we need to really like learn to listen, to get the message and connect with other people. Interesting, beautiful sharing, April. Thank you so much. This is a real enlightenment, and this really gives like give life to our conversation today. Right? Because it's really do something from your heart. That's what I like thought of doing live sharing. I try to engage with friends who can like thinking in the perspective how I can add value to other people. Right? Like who you are, like trust me, if you ask me, I'm like, I think Frost is this, Frost is also this, Frost is also that, like something like that. I don't know, I don't have the clear definition. But what now I know is that at least I try to come up with something like I think the audience here today they can bring something or like something home, like add value to their life. Yeah. That like thank you so much for joining us today, and like share, like about the importance of like listening, like to improve your communication skill. That's the step one, right? Yeah. So what is the number like step two? Like what else is really important to to really communicate with other people, maybe at the work, on the stage. Yeah. What else?
Simplify your message. That's what I would say. It depends on everybody's talking style. Everybody has different talking styles, but let's say I'm not talking about doing any of the homework or the research, which I do a lot before I work. You know, before I do a speaking engagement, before I coach people, before I do a hosting an event, I do a lot of homework already, and that is already the past because that comes with the mind. You know, like studying and preparing your script, that comes with mind, that comes with processing the information. But when you're actually there at the job environment, it's very important to simplify your message. Don't talk too much. Just go straight to the point. That's what I always say.
I like this. I like this a lot.
And you need to know your stuff. Like you really need to know your subject. You need to, first of all, if you don't love what you do, you shouldn't be there. Okay? If you don't love what you're doing, if we're talking about work environment, if you don't love it, if you're not passionate about it, you shouldn't even be there. But if you're there, you automatically will have an energy. You know, just like I'm very excited to talk with you right now, that you will have an energy of presence. And you bring that presence into the room. It doesn't necessarily mean you talk. You just bring yourself there. And when you're given a chance to speak, when it's your turn to speak, you speak in a very precise and simple way. Not a blunt way, but you simplify the message so that people can understand. You don't try to be too sophisticated and say big words and things like that. And I'm talking about even when you're working with people and also when you're on stage. And I'm not talking about from a script. Okay, from a script is different. But simplify your message. Don't talk too much. It doesn't have to be a step, like a step-by-step guide thing, but always try to simplify when you're in a work environment. Obviously, when you're a friend with other people, then you can communicate in a simple way. But in a work environment, I always suggest that you listen more, talk less, and when you talk in a precise and simple way and get the point across without too many words. Because you will only be able to give a simple message when you really, really know yourself.
I think we are losing the connection. Can you hear me? I can't really hear you now. Like, the connection becomes really weak. Yeah, like it's breaking. Yeah, but I think I get the main message, like, to listen more and speak less, right? Make it precise, more direct, and like what you talked about, like energy, to be really present. And I think the key message I got is like less is more, right? Am I right?
Sometimes when you listen to quotes, when you read books, like the most brilliant people, and I'm not saying that I'm as brilliant, and I'm not talking about myself at all. The most brilliant people that I admire, their message is very simple. They're very, very simple.
True.
It's because those people already learned so much about that topic that they're teaching. I can only say that I can only coach in the communication, the public speaking. I call myself a holistic communication coach or a presenter coach, but I am not, able to coach you in any other way. So that's where I have a lot of experience and that's where I'm very good at. So that's why I give the tips and try to make. So I would say step 2 is try to make your messages simple, and don't talk too much. Listen more, talk less, and give simple messages. Yeah, and be precise and straightforward. Yeah. That works for me in a work environment, not like a friend. Friend, you need to be softer. You need to have a more well-rounded communication. You can say more, but in a work environment, just be simple and go straight to the point. Yeah, that's what I suggest.
Cool. I like that. This is really good point. Because sometimes I feel like you need to try to talk more, get the message out there. Or like you are thinking like it's not clear. Am I clear enough? Like if I like, or you know, like then indirectly or you without realizing you are beating around the bush, right? Sometimes just like what you say, just straight tell the point because I'm like that. I'm like a very straightforward person. Like just yes or no, like hardly in between. You know, like I don't have much to tell you. Like this, I like it. I don't like it. Yeah. But when you try so hard to like explain, and it looks like as if like you're beating around the bush. You know, like just come on, like just like we can say, give a simple message. You know, like, what you want us to, you know, to take from you, something like that. That's a very good point. Yeah. Guys, yeah, take note of this. Yeah. First is learn to listen. And you know, like listen more and talk less. Right? Make sure to simplify the message, yeah, that's point number two. Right? And how about number three? Like what do you think like is the third important factor? Like to me, like how about like in confidence? What is number two? Like when I ask you, my answer for number two, like how to improve the communication skills. Maybe first is about listening. Second is about having the confidence. Yeah, what do you think? Like how do people can really improve their confidence to believe in what they say and just say it out loud? And I think that really add more value to the communications, right?
I think most people cannot say what they want to say because they don't feel safe. The safety comes from their childhood. It comes from their cultural background, the society expectations. It comes from like a that tells you what is safe for you. And as you get older, you have to understand that you need to speak from your heart. It's not from your mind. And I know people can twist what I'm saying in a different way. Yes, you think with your mind. Yeah, our mind sometimes can be very, very smart in telling us, oh, you know what, I'm insecure. But then another time, I know I'm not insecure. I'm very confident in what I say. So why do I feel insecure sometimes? I feel insecure sometimes because I think about my past. I think about when I was younger. I think about something that happened to me in the past that was not safe for me to say something because I get yelled at, I got reprimanded, or something negative that came to me. But you have to remember that you are living in this moment. You are not living in your past. And this is very hard for me sometimes too because our mind automatically goes to autopilot and we automatically react with fear. And what I teach my students or people that I coach is that don't think too much. We think too much. We use our mind too much. Listen to your heart. This is where your
I like this.
This is where it is.
To your heart.
Yeah. And when you are speaking from here, people who are aware enough, not everybody will understand you. Okay, not everybody will understand. But when you are speaking from your heart and the other side is open enough to listen to you, they will get it. And that's where confidence is. That's where authenticity is that you speaking from your truth. That you know what, I will not take any more racial comments. I will not be treated as if I am let's say, a dumb person who looks beautiful on the outside and have no brain. Do not label me and talk to me as if I am just, whatever it is. You have to stand up for yourself. But it's not like you only do that not to attack other people, but you are saying it so that they will understand you. And but most people don't do that to me anymore.
I do not get attacked by anybody anymore because I've already reached a level of maturity and respect from people. So people don't talk to me as if I'm a kid, like really rarely. I still get once in a while, but people speak to you in a certain way that makes you feel uncomfortable is because they are uncomfortable with themselves. They are releasing their negativity from them. It comes from them to you, right? It's not caused by you. It comes from them to you. And I do the same thing with other people too. When I'm feeling weak, when I'm in autopilot mode, when I'm not conscious and I'm not aware of my thoughts, I do not speak confidently. And I still have those moments. You know, I'm not saying that I am this perfect and that I know everything. Like I said, we are still, you know, in ING all the time. We are always learning and processing and growing. So to have confidence in yourself is process that you need to learn. But do not think too much about, oh, what if this happened to me in the past? And then, you know, I can't do this. I can't. If you can, you have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and I can. And when you try, then you will feel the ability to overcome. And to overcome is to gain confidence. So it's an action. It's an action and a mentality. So it's mentality first, that you tell yourself, I feel the fear, I accept it, I know where it came from. It came from somewhere in the past. Because it's almost always from the past that gives us fear. Something in the past gives you fear, and you think, oh, I can't. I shouldn't. I don't want to try. I don't have courage. Whatever excuse you give to yourself, yeah, is from the past. But you're not in the past. You're in right here, right now, right here. And you tell yourself, okay, that's the past Abel. This is the present Abel. Fear is your best friend. Fear gives you drive. Fear gives you excitement. Fear gives you energy. Fear is energy. You have to change that fear into something positive. And that positive comes from action. You have to have the action and the positive mentality. So you change the negative mentality of, I don't have the courage, I can't, I don't want to, blah, 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 to,
Right.
I want to try.
Right. Right. Yep.
Try
Yep.
and try to do it. And when you do it, you're climbing over a bridge. You know, you are climbing over a bridge of fear. And over here, this is fear. Over here is a sense of confidence and accomplishment. It's added to your existing confidence. So you're not just born a baby and then you run right away, right? Nobody can. Everybody needs to remember that. You have to have self-compassion, patience for yourself to learn, to grow. But you are the one who have to give yourself the opportunity to walk over this bridge of fear. And this bridge is your friend, because fear is seen as negative, but you can change the fear into excitement, because the body doesn't know the difference between fear and excitement. It has the same feeling. So that's how I change fear before I go on a stage, and I change that fear, which I always have before I go on a big stage. I always have fear, and I change it to excitement, and I release the energy out of people. And after I release the first few seconds, then I'm just happy, and I'm just excited, and I'm just super present. So you have to understand how to change, and you have to take the action to change the fear, accept the fear. Fear is your friend. Accept the fear, hold on to the fear, and change it into excitement, into action. It gives you energy. That's all it is. Just think of energy as fear. Fear is giving you energy to take action to move forward. That's it. That's how I think. That's how I use it. Yeah, I have fear all the time.
Yeah, I love talking about fear. I mean, a lot of us, every one of us can definitely relate to it. we will, like everyone have one fear or two, two topic or like we share in common. And one of this, like, I think is communication or like the fear of going on stage. Like I like how you try to not say it, like take it positively. We will anyway like want to raise be firm with it and to take action to overcome it. Like last time I never believed that I could become a host. Trust me, like a lot of people would tell me like you have like your accent problem or problem, that problem, and I will take it. I'm like, okay, actually, I understand and I know it. I got the message. Then okay, I'm not going to try this until I can do it better. And I'm actually denying when I check all those opportunities that come to me, right? I'm denying. I feel like it's their problem. It's not my problem. These people, they don't believe in themselves, but I choose to believe in myself. It's a fear. It's not my fear. I choose. I'm totally fine with it, even if people laugh at me. Like being in this industry, like I've trained, I've seen, like I got like scolded so many times, like by director, by this person, I've been through so much, but I'm grateful for this experience. So you become stronger. Like bullet to these things, like tell you shouldn't do this, like you shouldn't be like that, this and that. Okay, I will look into it and then take it positively and just move on. Right? Like either you should, like what you say, embrace the fear, take the action, walk through it, or you just need to face it, embrace it, and you have to move on. Right? If not, like you're going to move forward. Right? Yeah, I love the sharing. I really love the sharing. Yes.
I'll give you a really easy tool that it's free. Yeah. It's your breath. Okay? Your breath. It's really important. How you breathe. And I learned to breathe. And I know this sounds really stupid, but I learned to breathe from yoga. And whenever you feel flustered, whenever you feel fear, whenever you feel negativity, whenever you feel kind of like, oh my God, something like that, you just have to calm yourself and go to some place by yourself and you take in breath and out breath and you give that to yourself and you go back to yourself. You center yourself with your breath. And this is free. You release all the negativity, release all the whatever energy that you don't want with the out breath, and you breathe all the positive energy and the life. And after a few times, only breathing, no thinking yet, only breathing, and then you will tell yourself, I'm going to try again. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do it. I can't. You have to say, I can't. And you don't have to have a name like me, Able, to say you can't. Everybody can be able. Everybody is able to do things.
Yeah, I love this, Abel. Like, you should tell more about, like, how you founded your find your voice platform. You are able. That's how it works. Like, like last year. I love that you are able to give the belief to other people. We choose not to be pushed by other people. Like they don't believe in themselves is their business. Like, we believe in ourselves, and it's really beautiful. Like how you choose to pass this belief to other people. Right? You enable people, give them the belief to do it. Yeah. That's meaningful.
I try. That's what I say. I always say I'm trying. I'm always trying.
Yeah.
Always trying. You can only give. This is what I learned from my coach this past year. You can only give what you have to give. So if you don't love yourself, you cannot love other people, truly. if you're not compassionate,
Beautiful. I love this. I love this. Yeah, guys, I love your sponsor.
you have to have enough inside to be able to give. You know, so you have to be compassionate with yourself, patient with yourself. And it's so sometimes as a perfectionist like me, sometimes I'm not patient with myself. I'm not compassionate with myself, and I forget. And I need other people outside of me to be my reflection, to be my mirror, to tell me, hey, Abel, you're judging yourself now. You're not kind to yourself. You're not compassionate to yourself. So
Yeah.
it's not about selfishness. It's about self-love and self-compassion. But there is always, like I said, there's a fine line between, you know, being egotistic and being selfish to being being self-compassionate and loving yourself. Because you can always be firm with others without being nasty with them. That takes some skills also. Takes some time.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you so much for this beautiful sharing. I mean, that's a lot of meaning to the conversation, you know, like to empower other people. You know, like maybe like able I think that you know, this coming Saturday we are going to have some event. Right? Why not you go and shout out, you know, guys, with us, you know, to the very last sharing, you know, join Able on the coming like a sharing, right? Right?
Say again?
You have like another sharing on this coming weekend, right? Is right?
Yeah. I have 2 online events. One is you have to pay, which is a lot, like $11 Singapore. It's Hear Her Roar this Saturday, and then in the afternoon is a free virtual summit with some really, really amazing speakers, global icons, like Marshall Goldsmith, Terry Blair. These are like really famous people that I have the fortune to speak alongside them. But I'll be speaking about conquering imposter syndrome in the afternoon, and that is free from Corporate Diva. So you can go to my Instagram, Emcee Google, and you can go and sign yourself up, register for those events this Saturday. And if you want to learn more about what I do, you can go to my website, find your voice Insta. But I'm sure Frost can share that with you all those things.
Yeah, definitely, guys. I mean, like, if you want to improve or brush up your communication skills, you know, like, get that one-to-one, you know, coaching from Able, you know, remember to follow Able, you know, on her IG at Able, her company as Find Your Voice Asia. You know, you definitely learn a lot about, you know, like, how to improve your, like, a presentation, your communication skills, your confidence on stage. Yeah. So thank you so much, Abel, for your time, you know, for being here with us today. We are really grateful for you with us, and I hope everyone who is here with us, you know, you get to learn something new, you know, and remember to practice what Abel just shared with us. Like the key point, you know, like communication, you must first learn to listen, you know, and second talk less, you know, be specific and precise, and the third is speak from your heart, you know, like that's how we relate to our topic today, to have a great heart, speak from your authenticity, yeah, and that's how you can find your true confidence, you know, you believe in what you say and you say what you mean, and that's beautiful. I love it. I love the sharing today. Thank you so much, April. Yeah, looking forward to have you back on my, you know, on my show. Yeah. Thank you.
Anytime. Happy to chat again.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Guys, remember, you know, last shout out, remember to follow April to find out more, you know, Facebook, yeah. Try to find April, maybe you should type it down, yeah, with your Facebook page. Yeah. Follow,
I'm trying to, because my video right now is blocking my face with the
follow
Frost Yaw
Emcee Able, and yeah, find your voice, share. Yeah. Southeast
because
Asia.
I can't go.
Yeah, or search eh, I'll try to type it back.
My Facebook is Emcee Able Wanamakok. So, but if you type Emcee
Yep.
Able ABL, and then
Okay,
find
cool.
Asia.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, people. Yeah. I'll share this video on IGTV. Yeah. Looking forward, like Thailand, you know, like Phuket, like looking to catch up with you on Phuket or you come to Singapore. Yeah, or Malaysia to maybe we catch up.
Come over, I'll take care of you, okay? Come over.
Yeah, come over. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.